Hi, K3. It's Matt here. I'm in a different place right now. I am actually at my home, but I'm very excited that you clicked on this video because I have something pretty special planned for you today. Now, I know you might be wondering, how come we're not having closing circle with Matt and Annie like we usually do? And that's a wonderful question, my friends. But today, Matt and Annie are working really, really hard to finish up some last minute things in the classroom to make sure it is safe and clean and fun for you to come. Because that's right, in just, let's see, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, in just 4 days, we are going to be back together in school, in your classroom. Can you do this? Yay! I can't wait to see you all. Now, we might look a little different. We'll have our mask on and we'll be in the classroom, but we're still going to have a lot of fun together. So today, I wanted to read to you because I love to end a day with a book. And this book is one of my favorites. It's called A Quiet Night In. And I think it's a good book to read today because yesterday Annie read you Mortimer, which was about a little boy who did not want to sleep. Let's find out what happens in this book, which is called A Quiet Night In. I'm going to make the window very tiny. I'm going to enter full screen. Here we go. A Quiet Night In by Jill Murphy. I want you all in bed early tonight, said Mrs. Large. It's Daddy's birthday, and we are going to have a quiet night in. Can we be there too? Asked Laura. No, said Mrs. Large. It wouldn't be quiet with a gang of you all charging around like a herd of elephants. But we are a herd of elephants, said Lester. Smarty pants, said Mrs. Large. Come on now, coats on. It's time for school. That evening, Mrs. Large had the children bathed and in their pajamas before they had even had their dinner. They were all cranky. It's only 4:30, said Lester. It's not even dark yet. It soon will be, Mrs. Large said grimly. And I'm noticing that these elephant children are not happy. Look at their eyes, look at their trunks. They are not happy. After their baths, the children started making place cards and decorations for the dinner table. Then they all cleaned up. Then Mrs. Large cleaned up again. Mrs. Large arrived home looking very tired. We're all going to bed, said Lester. So you can be quiet, said Laura. Without us, said Luke. Shh, said the baby. Happy birthday, said Mrs. Large. Come see the table. Mr. Large sank heavily into the sofa. Oh, it's lovely, dear, he said. But do you think we could have our dinner on trays in front of the TV? I'm feeling a little tired. Of course, said Mrs. Large. It is your birthday. You can have whatever you like. We'll help, said Luke, and the children ran to the kitchen and brought 2 trays. I'll set them, said Mrs. Large. We don't want everything ending up on the floor. Can we have a story before bed? Asked Luke. Please, said Lester. Go on, Dad. Just one, said Laura. Story, said the baby. Oh, all right, said Mr. Large. Just one, then. Lester chose a book, and they all cuddled up on the sofa. Wonder what kind of book they're going to read. Do you like to read with your grown-up? If you like to read with your mommy or daddy or grandma or grandpa, can you touch your head? Good. Looks like a lot of friends like that. Mr. Large opened the book and began to read. One day, Binky Bush drove out of the big garage. Hello, he called to his friend, Mickey Milk Truck. Oh, said Laura as Daddy was reading. I don't like that one. It's a boy story. Look, said Mr. Large, if you're going to argue about it, you can all go straight to bed without any story. Beside, there's no such thing as a boy story or a girl story. There are stories for everyone. So they all sat and listened while Mr. Large read to them. After a while, he stopped. Go on, Daddy, said Luke. What happened after he bumped into Gary Garbage Truck? Did they have a fight? Asked Lester. Look, said Laura. Daddy's asleep. Shh, said the baby. Mrs. Large laughed. Poor Daddy, she said. Never mind. We'll let him snooze for a little bit longer while I take you all up to bed. Will you finish the story for us, Mom? Asked Lester. We don't know what happens in the end, said Luke. Please, said Laura. Story, said the baby. Move over then, said Mrs. Large. She picked up the book and began to read. Watch where you're going, you silly garbage truck, said Binky. Just then Patty the police car came driving by. After a while, Mrs. Large stopped reading. What's that strange noise? Said Lester. It's Mommy snoring, said Luke. And listen, Daddy's snoring too. Oh, they must be very tired, said Laura kindly. Shh, said the baby. The children crept from the sofa and got a blanket. They covered Mr. and Mrs. Large and tucked them in. We better put ourselves to bed, said Lester. Come on. Should we take this food up with us, said Luke. It is on trays. Yes, said Laura, and it's a pity to waste food. I'm sure they wouldn't mind anyway. They wanted a quiet night in. Shh, said the baby. So up they went. Look at that. Looks like they might be dropping some of the food. And look at the little baby. She's stepping in grape juice already. And that's the end of the book. K3 friends, did you like that? Can you give me a thumbs up if you liked it? And a thumb in the middle if it was just okay. Good. Seems like a lot of kids like that. Well, my friends, this is the end of our time together. I want you to have a wonderful weekend at home with your family. And get ready because on Tuesday, you're finally going to get to see Matt and Annie. And you're even going to meet a new teacher that's going to be with us called Christine. Can you say Christine? Christine, good job. You're going to meet her too. So it'll be a lot of fun when you come to school on Tuesday. You might feel a little bit scared. You might feel really happy and excited. And it's okay to feel all of those things, but you will be safe. Matt and Annie will be with you, and you're going to love school, I promise. So right now I'm going to wave goodbye to you. Can you wave goodbye back to me? And I will see you in school on Tuesday. Bye-bye, friends.